Alright fellas, what is up? Welcome back, and I'm back with a Halo discussion now. I want to talk about something that might ruffle a few feathers, but at the end of the day, we are all Halo fans. We all love the games. I love every single Halo, but I want to discuss how I think 343 make the better Halo game. Now, of course, this is just my opinion. A lot of people think differently. Some people might agree, but of course I will use examples and discuss my examples a bit, but of course this is just my opinion, so take that with a grain of salt, and let's get straight into it, fellas. So in my opinion, 343 make the better Halo games. Now, why the hell am I saying this? I will use Halo 4 as my core example, because to me, Halo 4 went into depth with Chief and Cortana, that relationship, more than any other Halo. I thought the Halo 4 campaign is the best out of all of them, and I'll explain why. Now, my first example that I just used is that they really get their emotional connection between Chief and Cortana across, that to me it just wasn't there in the 3 Bungie Halos. Now, I'm going to use Halo 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 as my main examples. I'm not going to talk about Reach or ODST or Halo Wars or anything like that. I'll just use the Master Chief Halos as the core example, the core series I will use in this discussion. So in Halo 4, they really get that emotional connection across, unlike any other Halo game, because in Halo 1, 2 and 3, the Bungie trilogy, to me it felt like Chief was just a bit of a mindless robot, and the only emotional kind of scene that I remember is when Sergeant Johnson died. That was it, and you really did feel sad for Chief. But other than that, the only real cool scene that I remember Chief being in is the obviously I need a weapon scene in the beginning of Halo 2. Now that is obviously a classic scene, but other than that, I didn't feel any emotion to Chief. He just felt like he was going in there killing things. It didn't feel like he was a person. It felt like he was more of just a robot. Now, if that was what they're going for, then I understand. But obviously in Halo 4 and 5 they took a different approach. They've gone for a more emotional, deep connection with Chief, which I prefer, and I'll use ODST as well. I like how that game, it makes all the characters feel vulnerable, not just because you're a weaker soldier, but because there's more of an emotional connection with these characters, because it goes into more depth, and that is what I did in Halo 4, and I absolutely loved it. Like that ending to Halo 4, oh my goodness, when Chief and Cortana are in that little strange computer realm and they're talking, and then she leaves them and then he's just standing on the balcony of that ship with Lasky. Like, oh my god, if that didn't bring tears to your eyes, then how the hell are you human? Like, as a grown-ass man, I gotta say, that scene was intense. That shit was emotional, right? And to me, Halo 4 took a different take on the Halo genre. It was a more story-driven, a more character-centric story than the previous games, and I prefer that. Now, of course, now let's get on to Halo 5 campaign. Now, I think that 343's done the best multiplayer in Halo 5 hands down, but the Halo 5 campaign did have its issues, right? It was not as deep as Halo 4. There was a lot of things, it felt like it was missing things, but I still enjoyed it. I still played it from start to finish multiple times, but it is definitely not my favourite Halo campaign. I gotta say, I loved Halo 4, that's my favourite Halo campaign, and then it'll probably go ODST, and then I'd say probably Halo 2 are my top 3, so it would go 4, ODST, and Halo 2, but Halo 4 definitely my favourite. But I want you guys to comment down below and let me know what you guys think. Your favourite Halo campaign, be sure to comment down below. But I definitely think, and now this brings me back to the start of this video, that 343 have the potential to make the best Halo game ever with Halo 6, because they absolutely nailed the campaign in 4, but they didn't get the multiplayer right in 4. But in Halo 5 they completely nailed the multiplayer, but the campaign had a few issues, and I think they know that, obviously from the fact that they've said that the Halo 6 campaign is going to be a more Chief focused story, so they're obviously listening, right? And they're obviously going to listen to fans when they say that they nailed the multiplayer in 5, They just gotta nail that campaign. They have the potential there. They have the works to make the best Halo game ever with the story. If they did something close to what they did in 4 and the multiplayer in 5, Halo 6 is going to be fantastic. So, in my opinion, 343 make the better Halo games. But of course, that is just my opinion. I've given you guys some examples. But if you want to let me know what you guys think, be sure to comment down below and let me know what you guys are thinking. Now, of course, don't get into any discussions about who's better, and don't do any weird swearing or anything, otherwise you'll just get blocked. Just have a good discussion if you guys want in the comment section down below. But of course, be sure to like me on Facebook and follow me on Beam and Mixer. The links in the description down below for those. Stay safe, stay tuned, and I will see you fellas on the next one. Yep. Woo! Yeah.